let's talk about education for a second because, we're kind of in the education space. Everyone that's in internet marketing or has some sort of online business gets the offers, right? Like, hey, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. And I shot a video where my belief is, it's totally okay. It's weird because you can go to college and get a liberal arts degree and it's 50, 60K. You can do something else and you're 100K, right? And you're totally cool with that. There's no guarantee. There's no job. There's no even like understanding of a trade. You're just learning very basic stuff to get a very basic job to then move forward unless you do continuing education or whatever. And then that's still not guaranteed, right? But people, because I want to talk about your mindset, like a lot of people will buy something for $500, $1,000, even $30, all the way up to $1,000, $10,000, whatever the case is, right? And if their results aren't in 7 minutes from something they don't know, they're learning and they haven't even technically applied, they're furious, right? So you could have gone. Everyone can go either way, right? Like I'm a big believer that it's my fault if I'm good at it or I'm not good at it, or if I bought something, did I apply it? Like clearly it worked for this person. It's not saying that it's going to work for you, but it will work for you if you have enough time horizon and you apply the thing. If you lose enough times, you're basically business is losing and then winning, So what was your mindset prior to that? And when you were going through all these education stuff, why did you not have that victim mentality?
Because I was hungry, man. Like literally hungry.
But everyone's hungry. And I think they use the hunger as like, some use the hunger as a driver, and some use the hunger as a deterrent.
Well, I think coming from like where I grew up, my mom and I was raised by a single mother. She was making like 30, 40 grand a year living in LA, in a suburb of LA. So like when I was saying I was hungry, I was like literally hungry. Like physically hungry. Like we had gone nights where, there was food on the plate and sometimes there weren't, and it wasn't the best of food, whatever the case is. And so I remember like even throughout high school and even when I was getting into college, I was in the food lines for where they would do like the free food donations or I would do FAFSA money and I would just use that for food. And that's how I actually got through college was off of the FAFSA stuff. So I'm super grateful for it. But like I had no intention of being necessarily a digital entrepreneur that's been able to do the things that I've done now. But it was literally like, I know I need skill sets. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad in second grade through to my brother. He put me on in entrepreneurship. So I knew there was some little way out, whatever that was. And I really was keen in business. I was really like determined about it. And so I was just a sponge, man. Like I knew I had to get around certain mentors. So, you actually met my first mentor, Wences, which really put me on to the whole digital marketing, thinking on how to connect yourself to revenue and just giving the right mental frameworks of what to do. And so then when, he was a large influence in some of the education that I had bought. I had spent like 50 grand in education, stocks, crypto, marketing to try and figure out what the games that were available for me were and what I could play. I didn't have a lot of capital after the crypto I did, but then I spent it on courses, but I didn't have the trading aspect in the very, very beginning. After I started making some money, I then got back into trading and did a little bit of that. Just wasn't my game. I kind of felt more of an interest towards marketing and being able to help create the narratives and then actually have that be a conversion. And so, but I think everything has its own place. And so for me, it ended up just figuring out what was the thing that I could apply myself to that I can do on my laptop at home while I was actually, full-time at, part-time jobs and full-time in school and all that kind of stuff. So, I've just always been a driven dude. Like I haven't really had any excuses, especially when I was working at Grant's office. I was doing it remote while I was full-time in college. And so I was working 4 a.m. to midnight every single day between his office and school. Wow. So like,
how old were you?
I was 19 at the time.
Damn.
So, I've never really had an excuse to not put in the work. And I think that's also been a detriment in the beginning, which was I would take upon everything, to myself to do it and not delegate it out. But it also made me a bit more versatile in being able to solve certain problems and troubleshoot things. But I think that's just either a gift that I have to be able to handle that bandwidth and stress, or it's just, the predicament that you're in, how bad you really want to get it.
I think that just comes from being poor. I'm the same way. Like, just like you're so terrified. You're like, I'll just figure it out. Like I don't know if I can give you time or extra money or anything, but if I just do it, like I just won't sleep. Who cares? And then you unfortunately carry that energy into like not knowing how to delegate, not knowing how to kind of like build the business side of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the trust of even like letting go of some of that stuff.
Because you're so scared.
Yeah.